Welcome to the Two Tunes Podcast.
Welcome to the Two Tunes Podcast.
Wow, dude. That's pretty intense there.
Yeah.
So we're here to talk about Two Tunes, and this is going to be a short one, kids.
Yeah.
Definitely shorter than the last couple weeks.
Yeah.
We've been having some pretty long episodes.
Yeah.
And I think it's because we didn't do like a ton in a row.
Yeah. So you told me I should talk about the Justin Timberlake concert I went to on July 4th.
Yeah.
It was good.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to go.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I don't know. Like, I like songs, but I don't know. And then my buddy was like, tickets are $25. And I'm like,
yeah.
Like all in.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, cool. And it was a good show. It was a lot of like, oh yeah, that song. I forgot about that song.
Yeah.
You know, that kind of thing. It was a good show.
Was he like, your friend is like, don't be so quick to walk away.
No.
Come dance with me.
Yeah, no. But no, it was a good show. I had seen him in 2013 with Jay-Z on that tour, which was cool as well. But yeah, it was a good show. He had a live band. They were killing. And that stuff's cool too, like with the live band thing, because as we talked about like last week with live stuff, they'll change things up in some ways. And so like with his live band, especially in like the bass and the keyboard and sometimes the guitar and stuff, they would change up like some of the harmonies and or like do different intros and different things in certain songs, and that was cool. But yeah, it was a good show. It was pretty much just him. He had a DJ that opened, but like, who cares?
It's just him?
Yeah.
How long did he play? Was it 3 hours?
A little over 2 hours.
Okay.
A little over 2 hours. Started like just before 9, ended around 11.
By the way,
and then had fireworks in because it was July 4th.
Yeah.
It was also apparently the only show he did in a stadium on that tour.
Where were the other ones?
Arenas.
Oh, okay.
Like indoor.
Yeah.
But it was fun. It was a really fun show. I was really glad I went. The weather ended up being nice. Like it was really crazy hot that day.
Yeah.
And then like it kind of rained for like 4 seconds, and that brought it down just enough to make it bearable.
Going back to last week talking about Foo Fighters, I don't think they didn't play for 3 hours.
Yeah.
But they definitely played over like 2.5, maybe 2:45.
Yeah.
So
it's a lot.
It is. Dude, I couldn't do it. We play like 30 minutes.
The other night,
45 max.
The other night in Hershey was Steve Miller, Def Leppard, and Journey.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Did you want to go to that?
No.
Or it's just
no. It was the day I got back from North Carolina.
Okay.
And I didn't know that. And I gotten home at like 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. Took a nap for like an hour.
Yeah.
And then went to the chiropractor. The chiropractor's like 3 blocks from my house, but I drove because I was gonna like go grab dinner after and like whatever. And I was like, what is the traffic? Why is there so much traffic? And I was like, okay, well, obviously there's a concert, but like, this is ridiculous. Like this amount of traffic. And then I found out later what it was. And I'm like, oh, that concert. But I did see like a bunch of boomers walking around too, like headed like walking from wherever in Hershey to the stadium and different things. But I could hear all of it from my house.
Yeah.
Def Leppard, especially, they were the headliner.
Yeah.
And they were very loud.
Yeah.
Like I was like, because I went to bed early that night because I just was tired from the trip and whatever. And I was like laying in bed and could like feel the drums and everything. I was like, geez. I'm sure Foo Fighters was similar, but.
Yeah. You could tell there was a push in volume from Emil to the Hives.
Yeah.
Like I was like, it's louder. Let me put in my earplugs.
Yeah.
Some old.
One of the things I didn't talk about from in Durham. So part of the reason we went to Durham is minor league baseball, the Durham Bulls, and their mascot is Wool-E Bull. Is his name or Woolly Bull? They claim him to be the greatest mascot in the world.
Okay,
but like he's not the Philly Fanatic.
Yeah.
So like, come on. But he was cool. He was fun. He did a lot of like very typical mascot stuff.
Yeah.
Before the game, he comes out on a 4-wheeler. And like rides around.
Okay.
There's like a flag on the back or whatever. During the game, he did this both games. He's got a go-kart.
Yeah. I saw the video of that.
Well, the cool thing was the first night we were out in the outfield and I couldn't get as good of a video of him on the go-kart because like he sits so low. So like when he would drive in front of us, he just is lost.
Yeah.
But what he does is he comes out like the one corner, like by right field, goes around the edge of the thing, like around the warning track. And then as he gets to where he's going to leave, he does like a spin out.
Yeah.
He like pulls the e-brake or whatever, like does a spin out. And ideally he's supposed to end facing
The exit.
Well, the first night it did not. He was facing like way off and had to like get himself turned around and go.
Uh-huh.
The second night though, we were sitting along the first base line. And so like kind of almost where he was going out, and I got a perfect video of him coming around the warning track, and he does a spin out and ends up facing the right way. And like, so he like spins out and he like points and then like takes off, and it's so great. It's like, hell yeah, Willie. It was fun. I got the trifecta of food in souvenir mini helmets.
Yeah.
They had 3 things, 3 different sizes. So the traditional one at most ballparks is ice cream.
Yeah.
In the mini helmet. Yeah. But they also had on special chili cheese fries.
Yeah.
That was in like a slightly less mini helmet, so a slightly bigger helmet. And then an even slightly or bigger helmet, they had nachos.
Nice.
So between the 2 nights, I got all 3.
Speaking of food.
Yeah.
You know when like it wasn't Conan, I'm talking about Hot Ones. Wasn't that like the season finale?
I don't know, man.
Because then they just might have started the next one right away.
Yeah, I don't know. I never pay attention to the seasons on there.
So I was watching the Ryan Reynolds.
Hugh Jackman one.
Yeah,
I haven't seen that yet.
Which is hilarious.
Yeah.
And then I also watched the
Donald Glover.
Yes.
Yeah, I haven't seen that
which
either.
Both are hilarious. And I'm thinking this should be how they do presidential debates.
Oh, did you not see people talk about that?
No.
Yeah. People were like, just put them on Hot Ones, and whichever one survives, they can be president. Like when it was Biden and Trump that were both.
Yes.
Yeah. Because like that'll kill them. Yeah. Or one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, like the Hot Ones is just so funny. And then So Hugh like was just like, I'm done. Like, and then Ryan's like, oh yeah, and he kept like being like, and this, but not as good as Hot Ones, where you can find it at your local realty.
That's funny.
Or at hotones.com or whatever. He was just like, I'm selling you guys because that's what I do is I just sell product.
Can I spoil one joke for you from the movie?
But you're also spoiling it for everyone at home.
Yeah, but the movie's been out now for a couple of weeks.
Yeah, sure. I said sure.
Okay. At one point, and this is just extra funny to me, right? He says something about I'll have him sing the second half of Music Man without warming up or something.
Okay.
So it just was very funny to me.
Okay.
I laughed extra hard at that joke.
Yeah, because where you are right
doing
now.
the show. Yeah.
Yeah. And you're like, I know what that means.
And like he just did it on Broadway and whatever. Yeah. So that was funny. It's a good movie though.
Okay.
I liked it.
You had talked about going to see more shows last week, like 2 minutes ago.
Yeah,
I don't know.
As we record this. Yeah.
So my next show is Coheed and Cambria,
or the Starting Line tonight.
Starting Line.
That's my next show.
Oh, fuck. Where's this at?
8:00 HMAC.
HMAC. 8 p.m. You will. I want to say yes.
Right.
Oh, by the way, I know you don't want to go to this, but say anything. Fred from who used to be in Taking Back Sunday, he's in that band.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and he lives like in like York or Lancaster or somewhere southern central Pennsylvania.
Interesting.
They've got a restaurant apparently, a vegan restaurant because he's vegan. Anyways. The next one that I'm aware of after maybe tonight, I'm going to see Coheed and Cambria.
That Southside stage or whatever, right?
Yeah. Have you ever been there?
No.
I think it's just the parking lot.
Yeah. We had this conversation before when somebody else was playing there.
Yeah, which I didn't go to, which I feel bad about. But I like while watching the Foo Fighters, I'm like, I knew all but one song. And I'm like, when we go see Coheed, will I know all but one song? Probably not, because I know like the first 3 albums pretty well.
Right.
And they have 10.
Right.
And I didn't really like dig in to the last 2. I know I like maybe listened to it once and that was it. So I don't know. Like I've been re-listening. And that second record, what is it? Keeping Secrets of Silent Earth 3. Great.
Yep.
Like even like they're all like each song is like 4 to 6 minutes. They're all super long.
Yeah.
But they're good songs.
Yeah.
So And then what's his name? The drummer, Josh Eppard.
I don't know.
He's the drummer for Coheed.
Okay.
He was on Drumeo.
Mm.
Have you ever watched any Drumeo videos?
I was just talking about some of those last night, actually.
So he was on that, and like,
what was his shtick? What was his deal?
Well, no, he just they kind of did an interview of him as like an interview.
Oh, okay.
Where he was just like, okay, and let's run through this song.
Oh, I see.
And he would talk about his drumming.
Oh, that's cool.
So he would play a song, Coheed song,
Mm-hmm.
and then he would talk about it, and then he'd play another song, and then so it's an interview.
Yeah.
But with drumming in the middle.
For those that don't know, sometimes on Drumeo they go, "Hey, guy from Snarky Puppy, here's Enter Sandman.
Yeah.
Listen to it for literally the first time you've ever heard this in your life somehow,
And learn
the drum part."
I don't think they're learning. I think they're creating their own drum part.
There's different versions.
Yeah.
Some of it they like give you the song without the drums.
Yeah.
And you have to create your own. And some of it they give it to you with the drums. And the challenge is, can you learn the drum part?
Yeah.
And that was Sput's for that one. But anyway, that's Drumeo.
So yeah.
Plus interviews and whatever.
Drumeo is really cool.
It's about drums.
Like, so his drumming style is so weird to me, but so unique. Like if you look at his drums, if you compare drum sets, like just how they're set up, you'd be like, you would be able to spot his right away.
Okay.
So it's a 3-piece kit. Well, 4-piece with a snare. So he's got rack tom, floor tom, kick, snare. So those are the drums.
What's a jazz setup?
Yeah, but think about like the music that they play, where Josh Freese from Foo Fighters.
Okay.
Now, oh, by the way, the whole visuals was like drum centric of that show. Like they had a camera above him, and it would like zoom down into the snare drum and then out. Like it was just like, this is so many drum cameras.
Yeah.
But he's got two kick drums, 2 floor toms, 4 rack toms, roto toms, 20 cymbals, right? Like he's got a ton of shit. And you'd think that with Coheed. It's like, no, it's just a jazz kit. But he plays open hand.
Okay.
So for people who don't know, your traditional way of playing drums is your hi-hat is on your right side and you play it with, your hi-hat is on the left side and you play it with your right hand.
Yeah.
So your
crosses over.
Yeah, your hands are crossed over. He plays the hi-hat with his left hand. And if he ever switches, he doesn't cross his hands. They're all open. Right. And then the second thing is normal drum set, your ride cymbal is on the right.
Okay. Is he left-handed?
I don't know. He didn't he explained it's like he didn't know how to play drums and no one taught him. So he's like, this makes sense.
Yeah, this is on the left. My hi-hat's on the left side. I should play with my left hand.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But then okay, snare drum in your crotch, on your lap. Rack tom right in front of it. Floor tom to your right. Kick drum at your foot, obviously. There is one cymbal on his right side. Just one. It is not a ride cymbal.
Okay.
Also, it's not angled towards him. It's angled up. So like the higher part is...
Does he catch it underneath at all?
No, he reaches over really high.
Interesting.
And then on the other... So like then to the left of the rack tom is his ride.
Okay.
And he'll...
Oh, that makes sense. If he's playing the way he plays.
He'll use his left. Yeah, but he uses his left on his left hand. It's super weird.
Okay.
And then he has like a China crash, like directly to his left. And then like another crash cymbal there. Like his left side of the kit is like filled with stuff. Yeah. And then his right side is nothing. Like it just looks so weird.
That's interesting.
But like he plays, and he's an amazing drummer. Like I always loved his, like I always thought it was like sloppy, but sloppy in a good way. Like he's like Jay Dilla type,
sure,
but not that.
Yeah.
But like sloppy, but like it fits that band.
Yeah.
So anyways, that was a great video. Go watch it if you're a drummer fan. Like going through, and he talks about how like he left Foo Fighter or not. Hold on, he left Coheed and Cambria. And then like the next record that the band made was with Taylor Hawkins. Oh, okay. And that's his favorite Foo Fighter, or goddamn it, that's his favorite Coheed record is the one that he's not on.
Right.
And it's with like one of the best drummers.
Yeah.
And it's just like, and that's kind of like what also saved him. He says is like that record saved me because of like what Claudio and Travis, like his brothers in the band said. in them in their own way. But also that like it's a great record and it's not even him on the drums. So
interesting. Which record is that?
That is No World Tomorrow Volume 1.
Okay.
Which is the horrible cover.
I probably have seen it.
Just look at all the covers and be like, yep, it's that one, because it's real bad.
Okay.
Like it's like a little kid drew it.
Gotcha.
Or like a teenager, like, I'm gonna draw this. Look, this is Coheed. It's like, anyways. We're here to talk about two tunes.
Yeah.
And you're gonna go first.
I am first. Are you familiar with this artist? The biggest artist in the world.
It's
right
actually
now.
my favorite artist.
Oh, okay.
Do you get that?
So it's Dave Grohl's.
Yeah, it's Dave Grohl's favorite artist.
It's Chappell Roan.
Yeah, because
Chappell Roan.
Apparently, if you search Chappell Roan, did you mean your favorite artist?
Oh, does it say that?
Supposedly.
Okay.
According to Jimmy Kimmel or Jimmy Fallon.
Okay.
When she's on it, and then it's really funny when she was on the Tonight Show. He's like, "Yeah, so I Googled you," and then she's like, "Did you not know who I was before that?" And he cracks up because you know it's Jimmy Fallon.
So yeah, Chappell Roan, she's massive right now. From her album that came out last year, so it took like a little bit of like I think obviously her fans knew her and stuff, but to reach the mainstream, it took a little bit. But yeah, she's big. But I was like, I had not really heard.
Did you mean your favorite artist's favorite artist?
That's funny. I had not really heard much of her stuff,
except
so I was
for Hot to Go.
I don't even think I'd actually heard it.
That's the only song I really know. By her.
But then I had like seen references to different songs and things in memes and just different stuff, like internet culture-y things. So I was like, okay, I want to listen to this. I want to listen to this. This person's big and blowing up and whatever. Like I want to listen to it, and I really like the album a whole lot. Like I said, it's from last year. It's called The Rise and Fall of a Midwest Princess. Again, she's huge. But some things I've been reading, it's kind of interesting because she takes a lot of like her aesthetic, basically. Yeah. She says is like influenced by drag queens and things. And she also like from different things I've seen, like that's more her like stage persona kind of. It's like a Lady Gaga versus Stephanie Germanotta kind of thing.
That makes sense.
So like you're gonna be Chappell Roan, but also you're still Kaylee and whatever, like it's like a different kind of thing. So even I've seen Sammy Ray talk about that, where it's like I'm Sammy Ray is the performer, and then like Sammy to people who kind of know me, and like Sam to my friends, and like that sort of thing. Yeah. Not like totally different, but different enough. But anyway, this song, Coffee, I really, really like her aesthetic. It's got like very like there's lots of like 80s synthy sounds and like early 2000s, like kind of disco-y at different times. The production on a lot of her stuff is really great as well. Like just kind of similar-ish to like the oh my god, who did we just talk about last week? Jacob Collier. Yeah. How he's got like there's just these like certain things that like pop in and out and do different stuff. She does that on different things. So yeah, I dig it. This song's like a slow ballad one, and it's like a heartbreaky kind of thing.
It seems like what I've heard from her is just like, why would I sing sad songs? And it's like, this is a sad song. So
there's like even in like the happy quote unquote poppy songs, there's some like angst and different things going on. It's not all just like we're partying. Sometimes it's like we're partying, but I hate you, and so now that's why I'm partying, because like I'm trying to. I got you. Not that kind of stuff.
So yeah, here's Coffee, which is the fourth song.
I think so.
It's some early on. Anyways. Yeah. I love the piano sound. And also the people.
It's like you're in the coffee shop.
Exactly. I wouldn't say a jazz club.
She mentions jazz club.
Yeah, but like there would not be a grand piano in a
I'm not saying she's performing there.
No, but that's what I'm saying.
I'm saying
it's
that's
like,
the background.
It feels like she's at a jazz club.
Okay.
Maybe early in the afternoon.
The album's 14 tracks too. There's a lot of music.
Yeah.
If I didn't love you, it would be fine. I'll meet you for a call.
And she's a great singer, and she like uses her voice in different ways on different things too.
Nowhere else is safe. Every place
I'll probably dig in more.
Yeah, I think the album is well worth a listen, especially for folks like us that's not our typical.
Yeah.
'Cause I love the bark. That may be true, but God forbid it gets dark. Here come the excuses that fuel the illusions, but I'd rather feel something than nothing at all. So I'll meet you for coffee. 'Cause if we have wine, you say that you're sorry. I know that's a lie. If I didn't trust you, it would be fine. I'll meet you for coffee, only for coffee. Nowhere else is safe. Every place leads back to your. We've done this before.
Nice little harmonic shift there into the bridge.
And I don't need anymore. So let's not do coffee. Let's not even try. It's better we leave it and give it some time. If I didn't love you, it would be fine. 'Cause if we do coffee, it's never just coffee. It's never just coffee.
I think when I listened to that earlier today, right before she changes chords at the end with the vocals, I was reminded of the last track on the album by Boy Genius.
Okay.
And when you listen to the vinyl record, it goes into that groove.
Oh, yeah.
And then it just repeats that over and over and over again. So I thought that like, it was like, this would be really cool if it just stayed here. But then I'm like, is this the last track? And it's like, no, it's track 4. So it's just like, yeah, this isn't going to, unless it's side. I don't know.
I doubt it. Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, it's really good. And like I said, and then there's like these like super played in a club pop songs and different stuff. So yeah, she's dope.
HOTDOGS. I love hot dogs. They're the best.
Sure.
So dumb. Anyways, I like that a lot better than what I've already heard from her, which is only Hot to Go, because it's all over the place. Because it's got to dance.
Yeah. But yeah, I dig, like, I like pop songs. I like catchy things, and obviously, like, her music is going to resonate more with not straight white males like me. You know what I mean? Yep. Not that it can't, and not that it doesn't, but like it means more to other folks, and that's great.
Yep.
So
I was thinking that kind of thing when you look at like romantic comedies. I'm thinking about it in movie senses where like some movies I watched what's that High Fidelity. I watched that and I'm like, this movie's horrible. Like, he's just an asshole. Now I do know that they remade it and switched genders.
It's a TV show,
yeah, which I haven't watched, which is also like the one girl's daughter, Lisa Bonet.
Oh yeah, Zoe Kravitz. Yeah.
Her. So it's like that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
I did watch the first episode, but I want to watch it again, knowing that I've like rewatched, and it's like I don't like this movie. But there are movies that if I would have watched that at that time, I'd be like, this is so good. This is, like I feel with this guy, and it's like now as a 42-year-old, I'm like, that guy's a creep.
Yeah.
Or watching like St. Elmo's Fire, they're all assholes. Like why did anyone like this movie? It's
Yeah.
like, oh, because they were that age.
By the way, you brought that up.
Yeah.
I still can't think of what the thing is that I was thinking of. So what it is, I'm going to describe it one more time. If anybody can think of this, there is some theory that there's all these like television shows and I think movies that are somehow interrelated.
Okay.
And they're all part of like this kid's dreams that he has.
Okay. That sounds super interesting and I want to look it up.
Yeah. You know, like the Bob Newhart thing? Like when the show Newhart ended.
Yeah. Oh, he
wakes up from it and he's with his wife from the other Bob Newhart show from like the 70s or whatever.
From Bob Newhart.
From Bob Newhart.
So Newhart was a dream.
Yeah, so like Newhart was a dream. There's a thing like that.
Yeah.
Where there's like this kid and like I don't think it's St. Elmo's Fire, but like that makes me think of it. And I just can't I don't know what to Google.
Yeah.
Shows
We'll just have a conversation with ChatGPT
that are connected through
Kid Dream.
I totally just found it.
What was it? What is it? I want
Saint Elsewhere. That's where my brain. So Tommy Westfall is a minor character from the drama television series Saint Elsewhere, which ran on NBC from 82 to 88.
Yeah.
Tommy Westfall universe hypothesis.
Oh, it's like it's not real, but it like
makes the claim that not only does Saint Elsewhere take place within Tommy's mind, but so do hang on a second. Westfall, who is autistic, played an increased role in the Saint Elsewhere final episode, the last one. One interpretation of which is that the entire Saint Elsewhere storyline existed only within his imagination, as characters from Saint Elsewhere have appeared on other television shows, and those TV shows characters appeared on more shows and stuff. So the whole thing is that, that show and then other. So like there's crossovers where there was characters. Okay, so the Saint Elsewhere character, Dr. Roxanne Turner, and Dr. Victor Ehrlich, they were both on the show Homicide: Life on the Street. As those characters, those actors as those characters, also on that show. So like crossover stuff. Yeah. And then there's all these other different things, but that's what I was thinking of.
Wait, isn't Homicide: Life on the Street, like, didn't that become something else?
No, but the one guy from there, Richard Belzer, the character he played, Detective Munch, was then on Law and Order SVU. So that would put SVU and I guess Law and Order into the Tommy Westfall universe.
Okay. No, I know. So, I don't want to be on dark mode. Dave Simon. So, Homicide: Life on the Streets. Okay. So that show was created or written by a guy who he worked for the Baltimore Sun, David Simon, and he
did he create The Wire?
Yes,
too?
he did.
Yeah.
So like that's that thing. So Homicide: Life on the Street is from his book that he wrote, and then it kind of spun off into The Wire, which was similar.
Well, they might be in the Tommy Westfall universe.
There you go. So anyways, today's episode
I'm glad I figured that out.
There you go.
That's going to drive me nuts.
Today's episode is sponsored by the letter C. So we went from Chappell Roan to
Carsie Blanton. Yes. How do you know Carsie Blanton?
My wife.
Okay.
So
because I know it from my friend Shanna.
On our road trip.
Big into Carsie Blanton.
I was like, okay, we're going to make, it was a 3-hour drive. So I'm like, okay, we're going to make a 3-hour playlist. You get this much time, you get this much time, I get this much time. All right, go make the playlist.
Yeah.
And this was on it. And I'm like, oh, like this song, Party at the End of the World.
Yeah.
And so.
Because you like banging drums and banging drummers.
Yeah, sure. All right, well, we're going to play this. So like within the first like little bit, I'm like, this kind of reminds me of Tom Petty. It's like, it feels like, oh, this could be like a Tom Petty song.
Because she quotes it?
No. Before she even said that.
Oh, fair enough.
I was like, this sounds like Tom Petty. Yeah. I'm like, and then it says the line. I'm like,
that's funny.
What? All right, so here's Party at the End of the World.
This is another artist who, you know, we can like and you know, resonates to us for an extent, but like to your wife and to my friend Shanna and like to other people, like just means a lot more.
Yeah.
I actually had an opportunity to go see her about 2 years ago.
Really?
And I was sick that night or something. I was going to go with my friend Shanna. She was like, hey, you want to go see this? Then I listened to some of her music, but I wasn't feeling well.
Yeah.
She played in like York or something.
Yeah. She's from everywhere.
Yeah. But she plays around here.
So at one point she said
fairly locally.
She's
regularly?
from Philly.
Okay.
So at one point, but like now it says, she's based in New Jersey, and then she's from Eugene, Oregon, and then she was in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. And it's just like, okay, so she's a world traveler.
Yeah.
Because she's in the folk tradition, you kind of like do that. It's like, no, I'm going to go live here and do this. Couple interesting things. Her education involved unschooling. How do you feel about unschooling, being that you're a public educator? Yeah. Public school educator. Unschooling is an informal learning method that prioritizes learner-chosen activities as a primary means of learning. Unschooling, which I kind of hate the term, like it's like, unlearners learn through their natural life experiences, including play, household responsibilities, personal interests and curiosities, internships and work experience, travel, books, elective classes, blah, 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 blah.
It's homeschool, but you let the kids decide.
Yes.
In the broadest like generalization, that's what it is.
Yeah.
And there are examples of that where it's great.
Yep.
And there are examples of that where it's awful.
Yeah.
There was some woman that got torn to shreds on TikTok not that long ago because she was talking about her kids' unschooling thing, and her son was like 6 or 7 and basically had the mentality of like a 2-year-old.
Yep.
And like, just
because like we just don't teach them anything.
Yeah.
Like they don't want to learn. It's like, because they don't want to know what they don't know.
Yeah.
Anyways, and then here's what's really, really cool. In 2011, she toured with, I'm going to screw up this, Anais Mitchell. Hadestown, playing the role of Head Fate. So she was like in the one. I guess it would. Well, when did it come out? When was it on Broadway?
I don't know. It's still
on Broadway, but like when did it?
I don't know, because it like lived several lives.
Yeah,
it was like a.
Oh, you know what? I know this. So because I didn't graduate until 2013, and I didn't find it until I was here.
Okay,
so this is before it was on Broadway.
Yeah, because it was like. It was done in different ways, is the point. Like, it was kind of a performance piece, and then it was a concert thing, and yeah.
So she did that, which I'm like, that's really cool. That's another connection of like things that I think are really super cool. And then, as I said before, this reminds me of Tom Petty, and then she says a line that is referencing a Tom Petty song.
Yes.
So here is "Party at the End of the World." Like the drums are what kind of like gives the Tom Petty feel. Yeah. Because it's just doom, da, boom, boom, da. We're going out in a blaze of glory. It's too late now to fix this mess. And then here's the Tom Petty quote. So honey, put on that party dress. And that's when I'm like pausing. I'm like, what? I love organ.
Yeah.
Because it's just like, it sits there, it just like, oh, there it is. And then you're like, oh, that's cool. And I love that guitar tone. It reminds me of, Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?
Okay.
The acoustic on the left.
Yeah.
And this is your favorite line.
Banging drums and banging drummers.
It's a good line.
There's a party at the end of the world. Let's go
We unintentionally picked like very feminist,
Yes.
forward artists and stuff. That's part of what I was saying. Like it, resonates with us,
Yeah.
but to others even more, which is cool.
There's a party at the end.
Nice little bass fills in there.
Yes.
Nice.
There's a party at the end of the world. Let's go to the party at the end of the world. We'll dance with the beautiful girls. Our last chance. The party at the end of the world. There's a party at the end.
Love that drum fill and the sound of the drums.
Yeah, it's dope. I dig it. Like I said, I've listened to some of her stuff before. I don't think I've listened to that song, but
I think that's the opening track of Love and Rage. Yes.
Sure.
I was listening to that record and then like on the drive, and she's like, "What? Are you just listening to the whole record?" And I'm like, "Yeah." It's like, why? Like, because it's a good song.
It's good music.
It's like, thank. Yeah, that mix was, I was like, 2/3 of it was my family, like things that like maybe I've heard, maybe I haven't heard.
Yeah.
But it was very cool to kind of like listen to other things and like, oh, I didn't know this song. Oh, there's actually on that list, there's 3 songs by her on the playlist that my family made.
Mm.
I only put a couple songs on there.
Yeah.
Which was In the Garage, In My Room,
Mm-hmm.
In
my life,
no. Gravity by John Mayer.
Inagata Devita.
Oh my God, that's such a good song. Not Inagata, but Gravity by John Mayer.
This sounds like rock and or roll.
All right.
Remember when we used to make out to this hymn?
Yeah. Is that from The Simpsons?
Yeah. Both of those lines are from The Simpsons.
Yeah. All right. So that's our episode
In
for this
the
week.
Garden of Eden by I. Ron Butterfly.
That's still on?
Yeah.
That's
I haven't
crazy.
watched it in 20 years, probably.
All right.
Yeah. All right. Thanks for listening, folks.
All right. Bye.
Bye.